Hello and welcome, creative and beautiful souls, to a new episode, the first episode of 2025 of Mind of the Crochet Designer podcast. I feel so inspired. I feel recharged. I feel all of the things that you feel after having a wonderful Christmas break. Actually, the Christmas holiday is my favorite holiday because it's really a time to rest, really a time to recharge, to really connect back to yourself. Summer holidays are all for fun for me, like discovering new places, doing things, but Christmas holiday is really to connect back to myself. Just chilling in my pajamas with the family and just having fun with just us. And the effect of this always is the same, and it's that I get so much clarity on the things that are important to me. It's so easy to do your day by day stuff and work off all of the things on your to do list, to be busy all the time. It's so easy to actually forget what's important to us. And I have that same thing as well. So, what I love to do in these special times is to really reflect back on the past year and also to look at what I actually feel is most important and what I want more of for this year. And this has led to a very big, important decision, a very drastic decision, even. And I will talk all about that in this podcast for 2025. I want to thank you for being here. And because I really enjoy doing this podcast, it's easy for me, it's fun for me, and it really feels like I can have much more of an impact than when I would just post something on Instagram, or I don't know, maybe even sending a newsletter. It's so easy to skip it, to get buried. But I know that when you are listening right now, you really want to elevate your crochet design journey. And that's what I really want to help you with in 2025. So thank you for being here. Grab your favorite beverage, grab your work in progress, and let's dive into today's topic, which is more around my big decision. And I hope when I'm sharing this, because let me take a little step back. Most of my episodes are not really personal, not really private. They are more to the point. I give you tips and hints and all of those things to help you elevate your crochet design journey. So I haven't shared a lot of my personal journey, and I want to make it a point this year to really connect more to you, because I am a person as well with hopes and dreams and goals. And I hope that in sharing my own personal journey, it will inspire you to also take the steps necessary to reach your own crochet design goals or personal goals, because oftentimes, for me at least, they are interconnected. Before I dive into the topic, because that's what I wanted to say, I want to thank you all for your amazing reviews. I've had, during the Christmas break, I had an amazing review, and I just cannot begin to express what that does to me, how amazing it feels to receive such a review, because I'm just talking, 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 and there's no one talking back. I can't see you or hear you listening. I can't hear your thoughts, what you are feeling around the topics I'm discussing. So I really love to get that feedback. And so when you go to christinacrochetcoach.com/podcast, there's an opportunity for you to leave a review. And so many of you already did that. And I want to read the latest review. And I can tell you, this made my whole day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the review. This is the best crochet podcast I've found, and I've searched for and listen to many of them. Christina communicates clearly and her suggestions make so much sense. I'm grateful for the time and care out into this podcast. Thank you, Lynn Mo. Well, thank you, Lynn, because this so made my day. And this is also what I do it for. I really want to make so much more of an impact than I'm already making, that I've already made in 2024. I've started working with a virtual assistant since I've hosted my last crochet along read along because I was just so overwhelmed with it all. I mean, hosting a crochet along, it is fun, but it can be also so overwhelming so quickly. And I love for things to be light and fun and easy. And I've worked with virtual assistants before, but it just didn't work out. It was like, it was costing me money and time. It just didn't save me any time. But this virtual assistant, she's also editing this podcast, so she will be listening to what I'm saying right now. Hi, Alexandra. She is a lifesaver, and she has made so many of my goals already happen because I have her helping me and we co-create things together. It's been so awesome. And so I've ended 2024 with so many of my goals already achieved around helping you become the best crochet designer you can be. And so during the last months of 2024, she helped me fill the Crochet Design Library. This library is a secret library only available to newsletter subscribers. And it is filled with so much free content that really helps you into your crochet design journey. Things like how to get the best design inspiration so that you can actually create unique designs and stand out with your designs. What to put on your pattern sales page. I have 5 free Canva templates for creating your own pattern PDFs, which a lot of other crochet coaches actually ask money for. You get them for free if you sign up for the library. A speed course on creating crochet charts, an impact session on how to elevate your crochet designs to the next level. Like, all of this free content, and all of it is to create an impact on your crochet design journey. And so I'm already so thankful that I got to take that library to the next level with the help of Alexandra, and I want to take it even further. So let me get back to my revelation that I actually got during my Christmas break, because I was feeling, at the end of 2024, I was feeling drained. I was feeling uninspired. I was making like weird, unfocused mistakes. Like, I did a donation for Conservation International, which is a nonprofit organization that helps conserve nature. And I donate to it every month, 10% of specific pattern sales. I donate to that organization. And instead of donating 10%, I donated the full amount. So that was like a very unfocused, unintentional thing. The funny thing is that I said, I don't know where I said it, but I said, wouldn't it be amazing if I could donate over 500 euros by the end of the year? And this amount made sure that I actually got there. So I don't know if I manifested it or whatever, if it was like a secret intention, but I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to retrieve the money. I'm actually going to own that donation. So I was really like unfocused. I really needed time off. And when I feel like not myself, when I feel like I really need time off, I feel flustered. I feel restless. I scroll on social media like every 5 minutes. There's my phone again, checking Instagram again, checking Facebook again, checking email again. Like, really restless, And I know that this habit, this behavior is not helping me in any way, but I did it anyway. It's like an automatic response. Oh, do I have like 5 minutes off? Let's scroll on Instagram. But it was making me feel so overwhelmed because our brains simply are not made to process that much information in such a short time. So I was like, I really need a full break of social media. And it felt scary because social media is also part of my work. So I felt this pressure around, but what if someone DMs me? What if someone needs help? What if someone texts me and I don't see it? You know, like that little voice inside your head that makes you feel uncomfortable to make a decision that's actually good for you, but it tries to keep you from actually taking action. So I was like, no, I'm actually on holiday. I'm on my Christmas break. So why not take full advantage of that to really close all of my social media for the week? So I posted on Instagram and Facebook that I was going offline until the new year. And I did. And in that time, let me tell you, it was such an amazing and so good decision for my mental health, for my physical health. I felt so much more peace, so much more calm, and I also felt so what how do you call it? I felt so much more connected to myself, but also to the people around me. Because it's so easy to just scroll, and then my little boy, he just turned 3 on Christmas Day, and he's just playing and asking questions, and I'm like only half there. And I'm like, this can't be it, you know? This can't be what life is about. And so I made the radical decision to just stop with social media for the whole week. And I was totally cool with it. I was reading books. I'm currently reading All the Colors of the Dark. I mean, if there's a book you need to read for 2025, it's this book. It's amazing. I did puzzles. I love to puzzle. I painted. I went outside. I meditated. I did breath work. I danced. I did yoga. All of those things that I normally also do. But, now it didn't have any time constraints. I didn't have any distractions. I could live much more in the now. And this brings me to the radical decision to not leave social media, but to really focus on my podcast, focus on my blog, and focus on my newsletter, because I really feel like social media is not a place anymore that we really get to connect. There's so much noise. And also, you are being pushed and sold on, and it has become a very unhealthy space. Everyone wants attention, but no one wants to really connect anymore. So I was like, because, oh, let me just go a bit back to how I actually, or when I actually made that decision. It was last Friday, actually. I was like, I've written my vision for 2025. I've written down the keywords for 2025. I will talk about that a little bit more next. And I was like, okay, so I'm writing my vision. Let's just check social media again just to see what I've missed. And as soon as I opened Instagram, I felt an instant sense of overwhelm. And I felt so tired. I felt so drained, just like in an instant. Like opening the app, it was just draining. It was draining me. And I was like, this is such a clear sign that social media is not for me. It's not for me. And it's also probably the reason why I haven't grown my social media in the past year. Like, there has been growth, of course, but it felt hard. It felt out of flow. And one of the things that really is a signpost for when I ask a question like, is this for me? It has to be light, it has to be fun, and it has to be easy. And when things feel hard and it feels like almost like a fight, and in this case, a fight for attention, really. Like, I have so much to share, and I feel like on social media, no one is really paying attention. And it's just such a waste of my energy. So I rather focus all of my energy on this podcast, on the newsletter, on my blog, the blog on the Christina Crochet Coach website, as well as the blog for A Spoonful of Yarn, creating amazing designs, having space to actually create them. So that's my radical decision for 2025, is to really focus on those long form pieces of content. And at the same time, I know it feels scary, but I want you to know that if social media feels draining, if it feels out of alignment, if it just feels like an uphill battle, like it isn't for you, then can we acknowledge that maybe it isn't for you? There are so many designers that have come to me that say, I struggle so much with getting my designs seen on social media. And of course, oftentimes when we start as crochet designers, it's the first thing we go to. We open an Instagram account or a Facebook account because that's the easiest way. It's free and anyone can follow you. It's, of course, the user interface is amazing. You can connect with your followers, you can connect with your customers. So it's like a no-brainer thing that your first thought is, oh, I want to be a crochet designer. I want to show my crochet designs. Let's open a social media account. But because so many of them say like, blogs are dead, podcasts are not for crochet, no one wants to sit through 30-minute videos anymore. But that's simply not true. And I think that it can feel scary because a lot of people are on social media. So you're like, well, if everyone's on social media, I should be on social media. But can we acknowledge that if it's not for you, then it's okay, because your crochet design journey should be fun. It should be light. And because it can feel so draining and creative burnout is real, you really don't want that. And I really don't want that for you. And I really don't want that for myself. So, yeah, I'm going to focus more on the podcast, on the newsletter, and on my blog. So let's talk a bit about my vision for 2025, because I acknowledge that I wanted to be everything for everyone, and it's simply not working. One of my biggest geniuses is to create unique and amazing designs, to really stand out with your designs. It has gotten me so far. It has landed me in the Revelry top 5 every time. It has gotten me collaborations, deals with big yarn brands, more invitations and more collaboration requests I could ever say yes to, just because I create unique and amazing designs. And that's really what I want to help you with in 2025. Finding your unique crochet design style so you can actually create what you love and attract the right people to you. That you get to experience success in your crochet design journey. That's what I want, because I feel like a lot of designers are not designing to their fullest potential. And that's really what I want to help you with. So that's not meaning like all of the toolkits of the masterclasses that I've created up until this point, they are still amazing. I mean, my whole store is full with amazing stuff. But what I really want to help you with is to really elevate your crochet designs to the next level in 2025. So that's my focus. I also have written down, because I love to write big picture visions, it's so important to know, like, what's my starting point? What works and what doesn't work? That's what I like to look at. Because one of my business coaches, he says, and it's like golden advice, but he always says, contrast creates clarity. So there's nothing ever lost. There's no time lost. It's just that when things are not for you, this will create the clarity for what is for you. And so I really want to create things that feel fun and light and easy for me to create, but also fun and light for you to do. And it's actually so easy for me to create unique designs that really stand out. And it's also easy for me to explain to you how you can do that as well. So that's what I will focus on for this year. I also made a personal goal for this year to create more peace in my life, more spaciousness, and more connection. So I would love to connect more with you off of social media. Send me an email. Let me know what you feel about the podcast. Are there questions you would love to have answered? Just let me know. You can, of course, I will still be on social media. You can send me a DM, but I will be less present on there. But I would just love to connect more with you, because I know that these are the connections that really matter. It's not your following count. It's the real connections. It's the real impact I can have on someone else. And that's ultimately what I want. Because, and I think this will be another podcast episode, but becoming a crochet designer, being able to offer crochet designs for money is what actually helped me so much to live a life that's so special and so in alignment. But I think I'll do a separate episode on that, because I actually have not shared my personal journey and why I actually started as crochet designer full time. And I had someone email me during Christmas break around how to actually do that, how to actually transition from part-time to full-time. And I have a lot to say about that. So I am feeling another episode coming up. I want to end this episode because normally I have like tips or tricks, or I don't know, like pointers, like when you have this question, then you should do this, this, and this. And this feels more like a personal sharing podcast. And I would love to hear more around your own crochet design journey and connect more. So I want to invite you to connect to me and just share. So that's what I want to end with. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast episode, and I cannot wait what we will achieve together in 2025. Talk to you next time on the Mind of the Crochet Designer podcast. Bye bye.